AITA for outing my brother to his in-laws and kids. My parents live with me because I bought their house when they were going to lose it. They were going to lose it because of all the money they spent keeping my brother out of jail and keeping him in rehab. My brother is clean and sober now, married, with kids, religious, with a father-in-law that gave him a great job. He has never paid my parents back 1 cent. I live in the basement suite with my girlfriend and my dog. I make good money and my parents deserve to have a good life. They did what they thought was best. My brother had us all over to his house for a barbecue. It was a good meal and his kids are all right for being his offspring. He then proceeded to mock me for still living at home, smoking weed, and playing video games while living in sin. I told him to shut up and leave me out of whatever was going on. He said that he just knew I could be doing so much better if I applied myself and looked for guidance. I thanked him for the meal and my girlfriend and I went to leave. He yelled that he was just telling me what I needed to hear to motivate me. I got upset, so I said I was motivated. I said that I like to smoke weed and to drink, but that I paid for it myself with money I earned from a job. I never stole from our parents to pay for drugs. I said that I lived on the basement of a house I own because I couldn't afford 2 houses. One for me and one for our parents. And that since they went into debt to pay for his lawyers and rehab, I was subsidizing his life. I said that my college fund went up his nose. I may be bitter. We left. I guess his wife, who knew everything, had never told her parents. My parents understand why I blew my top, but they think I should have kept it in until it was only family there. I think it was nice of you to refresh your brother's memory since he basically insisted on you doing so. His past would have stayed there if he hadn't decided to call you out for taking care of the mess he made. Seriously, what did he possibly expect to gain by needling you? NTA. You just clarified the long journey your brother took to be doing something much better and applying himself. If his in-laws and children didn't realize the journey involved hardcore drug addiction and stints in jail and rehab, oh well, they do now. Your brother has rewritten history in his head so that he's the better child. It allows him to hold himself up higher than everyone else, ignoring everything that you and your parents did, especially everything that you gave up. Honestly, the fact that you did such an amazing thing for your parents after they essentially forfeited your future for him and his drug habit speaks volumes about you. Your parents need to understand that keeping things in is what brought stuff to here. To them losing their home because they were so focused on fixing your brother and giving him every possible chance that they didn't care what happened, even though he doesn't seem to care how any of that impacted anyone else.
NTA.
Your brother is a condescending, hypocritical awe. He knows exactly why you're living in the basement. Because of him. Was he trying to look good in front of his in-laws? He obviously doesn't understand that calling you out in front of them, even if what he said had been true, would have been an move. But even more, expecting you to take it after everything he has done was not going to happen. Good for you. NTA. Not one bit. NTA. His in-laws are family. His family. If he didn't want his dirty history aired to those around him, he shouldn't have started it in front of them. Born-again, religious folks are some of the worst hypocrites, and sometimes need to be reminded about where they came from. NTA. Did the drugs cause memory problems for your brother? NTA. Don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. NTA. He chose the place and time. He wanted you to feel humiliated in the open and among close family. He served his own meal right there. NTA. Maybe he should have kept it in until it was only family there? Just saying? Or, maybe, if this is so important to your parents, they might want to move in with him? To enjoy him paying back. And so you could sell that house and start your own life free of family. NTA people who live in glass sandcastles build upon the generosity of others, yourself included, shouldn't throw rocks. Don't start clambering for moral high ground in the blame game unless you're ready. Brother. He got what was coming to him. It's not your problem his in-laws didn't know. NTA. He was criticizing you for getting where he was before turning over. And you are nowhere near that. If this information was not supposed to be shared with his in-laws, he should have kept his mouth shut. And then what happened? NTA. He really deserved every second of that. NTA. He doesn't get to ride in on a high horse after he got high with the original horse. On horse or whatever and didn't even pay for any of it after coming back down. He needed to be confronted. That was such a horse's hind end move. Sorry for all the horse references. It just took off. Some people just need to be shaken out of their delusion, and this was it. You did nothing wrong and you have nothing to apologize for to your brother or your parents or anyone else. He pressed an FAFOD. Hard. NTA. The only thing worse than a junkie is a holier-than-thou recovering junkie. NTA. There is a saying, the truth only hurts the ones it should. NTA. He made his bed, so to speak. He was out of line and you defended yourself. NTA. There's this cliché about glass houses that fits here. NTA. So, is he going to start a repayment program to your parents? NTA. Hypocrites, especially religious hypocrites, should always be exposed.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.